one of the best tricks is so what, there I am. And the idea is I and you are the two most powerful words in YouTube, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. So, for example, a lot of Mr. Beast's titles are I gave, $1 million away. I helped 1,000 people see for the first time. That is a very powerful word. Another powerful word is you, because you are the person watching the content and I'm going to speak to you directly. And that's very important. So there is a concept of I went to the store so I could blank, then I did blank, and now is it worth it? Like the payoff. And when you lead people in a storytelling formula on a YouTube short or TikTok or Instagram with the I, so, then, now, you are leading them. You're telling a story without even the story yet. So you're telling them to keep going, and this is what happens next. And people's brains subconsciously hold on to that storytelling formula, and they wait for the next thing. And then you say then or now, and it happens again. It's like they reset to wait to see what you're about to say. Does that make sense?
100%. Although it's bringing up a question in my mind now. If you look at brands like Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan Experience, Stephen Bartlett with his video podcast, and the one you mentioned at the start, Colin and Samir, in their cases, let's look at Joe's. He starts with a long form podcast, and then he chops it up into short form. And those videos, some of them go viral, but I wouldn't describe them as necessarily having a specific structure like this. But
actually, with Joe Rogan, he has a very specific style, and I will explain it to you. I call this the golden nugget formula. So what I do for clients like Grant Cardone is we do a long form podcast, but then I have a very specific structure of 30 questions to ask each guest. So what Joe Rogan does is he says something like, did you see that? Pull that up. Almost every viral video of Joe Rogan's, he says something like, hey, did you see that? Pull that up. And now subconsciously you're like, see what? What is he pulling up? And you wait around, and then you see some guy getting beat up by a 13-year-old or something. But did you see that? Pull it up is probably the most viral current thing you can do for YouTube Shorts.